I'm not saying Pete Sampras is not nervous, but I would suspect Pioline would be a little more nervous.
Well, Pioline came out yesterday against Wally Masur, looked unbeatable himself. Just really on a roll for the first 5 games.
Just watch where Pioline is when he makes this winner. He's well behind the baseline, still slightly on the move, and surprises Sampras by going down the line. I think Pete expecting to come back cross court with it.
This man is a lone wolf. Henri Dumont, Pioline's coach, he's more than just a coach, really. He's a motivator, in large part, a paid consultant to management firms who has just flown in this morning from Paris. He had been here for the Open, had left the day before. His young charge was to play Courier. Obviously, he didn't think this Pioline was going to win that one, but he's back now for the final.
He doesn't mess with his strokes at all. He talks about the psychology of the game and said he wants him to be a complete player both mentally and physically. That's not a bad idea.
He's basically an efficiency expert.
Right.
15. Double fault.
2 break points for Sampras, the first game of this match. Obvious nerves by Pioline, and understandable.
Totally different from yesterday.
First serve.
Sampras gets a break. First game, first set.
It's over. How was the game?
Saw some of it.
Huh? They ran it? They made a goal line stand?
Yeah, I saw that. Game was over when they made the goal line stand.
Bill's still throwing like he
Yeah.
can't remember what year it is, man.
That's probably why he's throwing like that. Huh? Yeah.
I said to Sims the other day, you're obviously lying about your age. He said, how do you know I'm not older than I say I am?
Close the gates, please. Seats as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm sorry, guys. I'll.
Time.
Okay.
Pete Sampras to serve.
Sampras unloaded on one serve, which was a fault. He won the first game.
First serve of the day, 127 mile an hour.
Ties the high for the tournament.
15 love.
Sampras looks very relaxed. The stadium at the USTA's National Tennis Center. For the men's championship, Pete Sampras in the far court, Cedirc Pioline. USTA's National Tennis Center. We are just underway. Sampras won the first game of the first set, breaking Pioline. The championship. Sampras did not like the call.
.120 miles an hour, and let's take a look and see if we can tell.
love.
40 love. Double fault.
It's his only double fault. Tim Gullickson, Sampras's coach.
Sampras wins the second game. We're at the USTA's National Tennis Center in Flushing Meadow, New York.
Sampras leads.
Men's championship. Cedirc Pioline against Pete Sampras. Pioline was seeded number 15. Sampras number 2 head-to-head. Sampras leads 2-0. Last meeting in Lyon. He has a service break. Pat Summerall with Tony Trabert and Mary Carrillo.
Be interesting to see what kind of a game Pioline plays here. He was obviously very nervous in the first game.
First big winner from Pioline. Both these men have such good first serves that neither one is going to lose a lot of point on their first serve. The second serve then becomes absolute key.
And there won't be a lot of long points.
We'll see a lot of second serves from both these men. They haven't been serving at a very high percentage.
couple of very close calls.
15-30.
Watch the length on the Sampras approach right here. This is one some people thought was out. Definitely looked good. Sometimes the spectators make you think it was good. They start to whistle. Peter Kasavage in the chair,
who has a lot better seat than any other spectators.
As do the lines people looking right down those lines. Nice approach shot by Pioline. He's got a lot of underspin. He gets it pretty deep. And the Sampras backhand was a little too high, and Pioline deals with it. Good, crisp backhand volley.
Kind of pretty the way Pete Sampras gets over there and makes it look so loose-limbed and easy. His forehand on the run, I think, is the very best in the men's game. And he doesn't even look rushed, even though it was a well-placed volley from Pioline. Gives him a break point.
He kept his head down nicely on that.
He stayed in his tuck.
Yes,
he's a
he
big
did.
guy, and he made himself look small there. Break point, and this can pretty much be the whole first set. It's absolutely critical for Pioline to make a move here in this game, I feel. Pete Sampras is such a good front runner, and once he really loosens up his shoulders and feels good out there, he can just run away from anyone.
First serve.
That's a great first volley from Pioline to hold.
2-1 Sampras, first set. Center and the men's championship.
15 love.
Sampras serving, service ace.
That's the first serve of the day for Pete Sampras. Remember that in his first service game, which he held at 15, he didn't even get any first serves in, but did a lot of posturing in that one, pumping him in at 127, 128.
That one was 109. That was 118.
Sending a very threatening message to Pioline.
15 all.
Sampras serve again. Nice ball toss, placed very carefully. Stretches up, both feet off the ground, fully extended, keeps the head up to watch it, and a good wrist snap.
Second ace right into the same corner.
That's textbook.
13,
That
15.
service motion.
Watch the placement of the ball. This one lands in the corner. And he has Pioline full. Pioline has to stand with his right foot at least by that single sideline or more to cut off that wide one.
How's he going to cut that one off?
That is his favorite serve in the ad court. He hits the majority of them right down the tee. This one right here, right down the center line. And that was at 118.
Sampras
Textbook serve, textbook game.
Sampras leads 3-1.
Pioline has come from nowhere to the position he is now. You can see at 87, 954th. Now 14th in Mary after this tournament.
He'll be in the top 10. He'll come in at either 8 or 9, depending on how the computer crunches these numbers of his from these last couple of weeks and all those around him.
He lost in the second round of the Australians, second round of the French, got to the quarters at Wimbledon, and here he is in the finals. Never won a tournament, a pro tournament.
First pro title Mats Wilander ever won was the French Open.
Right.
17. But that's interesting, Tony. This isn't a kid. This isn't, a phenom. He's 24 years old. He didn't really start playing tennis seriously till he was 16 years old. I mean, obviously, it's all been a mental process for him to get so good so fast. He's putting it all together.
He's a kid from experience standpoint, but not from the calendar. Many of them have been in Paris. He plays at the beautiful Racing Club de France, absolutely gorgeous club, the Bois de Boulogne.
Well, I've been there. I didn't see it. Maybe you just wouldn't take me.
30-15.
You can see the weather quite a bit nicer today than it was yesterday when people had hoods on and jackets. We had blankets on, except Mary.
Right. She won that championship.
First serve.
Without a playoff.
It's not just speed, it's placement as well. That ball right into the body of Sampras created a problem for him.
Game to Pioline. Sampras leads 3-2.
Sampras leads 3-2.
Stadium Court. Men's Championship. Pete Sampras serving to Cedirc Pioline. That was 60 rows up there.
You know, that people don't understand why they asked you to return that tennis ball, unlike baseball, for example. But they start with 6 balls, and they play with them a certain number of games, and they want them worn the same way. You can't throw in a new ball to use with 5 used ones. That's why they always requested that the ball be returned.
I'm very surprised that request is answered, but I'm glad.
Sampras is knocking a lot of the fuzz off of these balls. That's why you have to keep them in rotation.
You know, Pioline has a tendency to take a pretty big swing, even at the return of serve, a pretty big motion. And when Sampras can get the serve in that quickly, he really has to catch it just right to make a good shot.
First serve.
Another way to do it is to shorten your backswing and use the speed on the serve and try to direct it well.
Problem with that is getting to it.
Short swing there. Didn't do him any good.
Sampras leads 4-2.
All of us at CBS Sports send along our best wishes to our colleague, broadcast associate John Coleman. John's not feeling well. Couldn't be here with us this championship weekend. And we, of course, hope he's feeling better very soon.
Amen. I think the pace of shot is getting Pioline at this stage.
These are games in progress. The Bills over Dallas, 0-0 San Diego, Denver. Miami leads the Jets, and the Rams are beating Pittsburgh. Everything else is over till tonight and tomorrow night.
Above 30.
Here's the Pioline serve. A little higher toss. The ball drops a little bit, both feet off the ground. He is fully extended and got a good start to the net. Very, very efficient volleyer. Perhaps a little more sound on the backhand volley than the forehand.
First serve.
Big chance here now for Sampras to break this first set wide open.
He's already operating behind a break in this first set, and quite obviously Pioline is feeling challenged and threatened by the Sampras return, which has truly improved, I think, more than any other single stroke in the Sampras game in the last year. Helped him win Wimbledon.
First serve.
Whoa, that was some return. Couldn't even see it. Of course, it doesn't count.
Pioline watched it go by too, Cut. I think
Yeah.
it does count.
Another good solid volley by Pioline. That's the difference at the moment. One break to Sampras, the first game of the match.
Pioline has been under a lot more serving pressure than Sampras in all the 6 rounds before this. 3 times as many break points against this man than Sampras.
Advantage, Pioline.
This ball called out. We couldn't tell, didn't hear a call. Just missed wide.
So Pioline has the advantage in this game. Well played. We'll be back at the U.S. Open after this word from your local station.
Game Pioline, Sampras lead.
We often say this is the toughest championship to win. You agree, Tony?
They have more of the top 20 seeds in both men's and women's here, just out, than any other Grand Slam. And a lot of confidence. Jeannie Ash.
Arthur won the first U.S. Open back in 1968, 25 years ago.
Love.
Well, Sampras has put in 15 serves so far in this match, and only 6 have come back to his side of the court. Fifth ace. Had a little something on it.
78 feet from baseline to baseline, so something at 122 gets to you in a hurry.
Gets to you and past you.
Yes, it does.
That was wide.
4-15.
There's a second serve, Pat, at 114. That's harder than a lot of people hit their first serves.
Most people.
Yep.
Sampras up 5-3 now in the first set.
Pioline's doing fine. Once he got settled down, he lost his first serve. Of course, that put you in a jam immediately. But since then, he's been doing well. He's struggling a little on his serve. Playing right now the #1 ranked player in the world.
Second ace of the day. Obviously, Pioline's first order of business is not to get broken.
15 love.
You've got to stay with Pete. And this was a pretty nice looking serve down the middle.
When the receiver doesn't even flinch, doesn't twitch, you know he's been fooled completely. He couldn't read it at all. Sometimes the toss can tell you where it's going.
For Pioline to so cleverly serve against Jim Courier, who's got one of the best returns in the game. He did a great job of just moving it all over the box, changing up the speeds, and coming in sometimes, staying back others.
Sampras isn't too concerned about this game.
14 love.
He wants to hold this next serve and run out that first set.
If we were not too concerned.
Sampras leads 5-4.
Cedirc Pioline serves for the first set. Very nicely begun.
15 love.
Sixth ace. He likes sending them wide. He's gotten a couple in the deuce court into the wide, into the side pocket. As you can see, he's hit a lot of heaters right down the tee. A couple of inches lower the net there, so that's not a bad idea if you really want to flatten out a ball to go down the middle of the court. He hasn't gone into the Pioline body yet.
Matter of fact, 6 inches lower the middle than over the sideline.
one
30
into the
love.
body. His second serve is, again, you think, Tony, it's the best in the game? I got to think it's the best in the men's game,
Yes,
too.
I do. It's the most consistent, the most penetrating. And, again, they work on the Pioline backhand when they're serving to him, particularly on the second serve. And Sampras trying to kick it up, get it up high.
That's where Masur went almost
Right.
the entire match yesterday.
Seems a bit unfair when a guy can hit a ball 127 miles an hour
14
and then
love.
come in and have this kind of feel and touch. The underspin here, so you let the racket just give way so it wouldn't travel very far. Beautifully done.
Didn't even hear it hit the racket.
Game first set.
First set to Sampras.
6-4.
That's the 4.
This year after winning the first set. Bodes well for him.
15 love.
Cedirc Pioline, we had shown earlier that this man is the highest ranked player never to have won a tournament. He had beaten Stefan Edberg in Monte Carlo earlier this year on clay and then lost to Sergi Bruguera in the final. It was a bad score. It was 7-6, 6-1. He really faded after the first set. So winning a major championship here is, I think, a pretty tall order. Once again, it seems that Pioline ran out of time. He was pushed back beyond the baseline, and his backhand is produced on a rather too liberal scale, considering that Sampras is hitting with such speed and such length.
But once his ball hit the net and bounced up and short, took all the pace off, that really set it up for Sampras. That would put most anyone in trouble.
That's a beauty. Third ace of the day.
13-15.
It was more the placement than the speed of shot that beat Sampras cold.
This is well up the sideline. You see, that's very short of the tee where the service line meets the sideline. You can do that with a serve, not hit as hard, more spin, and it breaks away. Mary, you mentioned Bruguera. Of course, he went on to win the French championships this year. Tremendous win for him, the Spaniard.
30 all.
30 all, double fault.
Second.
Sampras won the first set. Here's Kirk Douglas back again.
His wife, Ann. They're not just tennis spectators, they play.
And the food's good.
Break point. I wonder if Wally Masur is watching. I think he's on his way back to Australia, but he's saying, why did he do some of this yesterday against me and just hit clean winners?
Well, this guy's a little bit different. A little bit different player than Wally Masur, with all due respect to Wally.
You're absolutely right.
A lot more game, a lot more guns.
And it's also a different round.
See, the volleyball stock that Pioline comes from, both his parents were volleyball players, and that's how they met. In fact, here he just gets in real tight to the net and is able to spike this volley. A nice deep approach shot.
That's what sets it up. The depth of this volley makes the next one pretty easy.
Alec Baldwin also enjoying the match. We're in the finals, the championship.
128 started. You're down to 2. That's not counting the qualifying. A lot of good players bit the dust early this year.
These two playing for a lot of money as well as the championship.
$535,000 to the winner. Half of that, $267,500 to the loser.
He's been jumping up on his last 2 backhands. He's gotten a bit anxious. He hasn't stayed in his tuck.
That is the good sun hat. And that is a nun wearing the sun hat.
And I believe
None on the run.
She's French. There are 3 of them we spoke with yesterday, and of course they're
You
pulling
spoke
for
with.
Yeah, for Pioline. They work here in the city and trying to help the poor.
Trying to open up a soup kitchen in Harlem.
Yep. Nice chance here now. Break point, second serve. Sampras gets to look at.
There's a wild miss.
First game, second set.
Game Sampras.
Sampras serving with a break. In the second set, he's won the first 6-4.
Probably be better served if he tried to hit this man. Pete Sampras has lost only 4 points on serve. That was a couple of rounds ago when he last faced break point.
Against Michael Chang. That's good. He said,
Sampras would like to have his backhand, the shot before this, back. He didn't do much with it at all. He gave Pioline another chance. Good swing at it, and he took advantage.
Sampras gave Pioline a rare look at an easy ball. A spinner only 87 miles an hour. That gave Pioline time to crack it.
I called Pete's dad this morning out in California because remember in '90 when he won here, the family didn't watch the parents. They went to the mall.
Sure.
And I said, what are you going to do this time? He said, well, my wife and daughter, Stella, are on a cruise in the Greek Isles, so they'll be asleep. The rest of the family, I'll try to watch it.
He will.
They were here last year, incognito for the finals.
Be early out in California when you called.
Break point now for Pioline.
First break point against Sampras in days. And look, the fans are begging for more of a match. And they'd have one if this were to happen.
Very much aware of the situation.
Watch down the tee now. Sampras went away from his norm. His best serve is down the tee in the ad court.
1 game all.
Pete, I think, couldn't make up his mind whether to try to half volley that. There is Henri Dumont and the French corner. Back on serve in the second set.
Pete's father, Soterios, has just turned off the set, probably.
When I called this morning, it was about 10 after 9, and daughter Marion answered us. I might have wakened her. Dad was out for a run. That's the kind of tennis that Pioline played against Courier. Gets Sampras way behind the baseline. Good heavy shots. Eventually gets the short ball, and then he deals with it. See, he was well inside the baseline, about halfway to the service line when he struck that one. Missed it wide.
15 all.
Acrobatic jump, but he was out of control.
That's a pity, because this is a big point for Pioline. He could have gone up 30 love. He's obviously feeling better having broken Sampras, and he overplayed this one.
Might have jumped a little early.
Yep. Pretty good leaper, though.
Not sure if he jumped early or came down too soon.
30-15.
Pioline's got a cousin who's a world champion trampoline artist. Whatever that is.
Pioline and trampoline.
I asked Pete's dad when he talked to Pete last. He said before the Chang match, and he said I thought that was a match of the tournament for him. And he said, I just said to him, do your best, believe in God, and go for it.
Pretty good advice. That's about all you need.
Sounds like the advice Michael Chang often gets. It's a terrific win for Sampras in the quarters. 1-1 the last 2 sets against Chang.
Change of pace by Pioline backfired on him.
14-13.
Last year when Pete got to the finals, he called his family, and they flew the red eye from Los Angeles, got in Sunday morning, didn't sit in Pete's box. They sat away so nobody knew where they were, that they were here. After the match, they got on a plane, went back to California. He was at work. Dad was at work the next morning.
Serve.
Dad must be very young. 2-1 in the second.
Pioline leads 2-1.
Serving at 1-2.
15 love.
106 miles an hour wide.
This one's cut off sharply, a little better angle, and the extra side spin takes it wider, keeps curving. 7 aces for Sampras.
Those are the games still in progress. The Bills over the Cowboys, 10-0 second quarter. Denver beating San Diego. Now those are the ones that are complete. Finished earlier this afternoon.
Surprise, Phoenix over Washington.
Surprised that Houston beat Kansas City as badly as they did. Surprised they beat them to begin with.
Pretty low.
The rest of them, these are all finals.
After Jim Courier lost to Cedirc Pioline, he was asked if he was going to watch the final, and he said, "Not if there's football on." But I have a feeling he might be sneaking in every now and then to see how this man is doing against Sampras.
And Sampras.
Courier had a terrific year. He won the Australian, got to the final of the French, got to the final of Wimbledon. He very much wanted to win the U.S. Open, a title he's never yet won.
You know, Mary, I have a bit of a theory about Courier. He works so very hard physically, off the court and on the court practicing, that the second half of the year, I'm not so sure he's not a little tired. He may not want to admit that, but he works so hard. You can't criticize a guy for working hard physically. You salute him. Maybe if he tapers off a little bit, he'd have a better second half of the year. Last year he won the Australian and the French and then didn't have a very good second half.
Yep. Pete Sampras shares the same physical trainer as Jim Courier in Florida. Sampras' game looks so much more natural and easy than Jim Courier's. As we see Pioline, a great little pickup volley by Sampras. Does a 360, doesn't even need to hit the next shot. Pioline a little upset with himself there. But Pat Etcheberry, Etch they call him, is a trainer who has sculpted the body of Courier and also has worked very, very hard with Sampras. He's a very fit man, Sampras. I think people don't give him as much credit as he's due because he makes his game look a lot simpler than most people.
Sampras was criticized severely in London by the British press. Very dull and put him to sleep and everything else. And, you know, this is their office. This is no place to be messing around. They got to work hard, concentrate to get their job done. He's an all-around player. He's a nice guy.
Courier himself named him the Sweet One. It's a good nickname for him.
Deserves a lot of credit.
The great ones in every sport make it look easy. You ask them how they did something, they can't tell you.
Opening here again for Sampras.
I actually think Monica Seles makes the game look pretty hard. It's not. It's an effortful game that she has, but what she makes look easy, she seems to be able to deny fear. I mean, that's the greatest part of her makeup, and hopefully she'll come back strong at the Australian Open next year with that same attitude.
Gotcha. An hour old. Good serve. 4 aces for Pioline.
13 all.
Well placed, because obviously it's not hit as hard as some of the big boys hit him, but you don't have to. See how well it was placed? And again, Sampras had to be fooled because he didn't move at all.
was 119 miles an hour. That's as hard as I can recall seeing Pioline hit it.
Just about 2 years ago, Pioline's serve was considered to be pretty ordinary. But he's worked very hard on it. He's added 15 miles an hour to his first serve, and even more to his second.
And Pioline, he's up 3-2 in the second set. Cedirc Pioline seated number 15 against Pete Sampras. Number 2.
15 love.
Service ace by Sampras. He won the first set 6-4.
That's his 8th ace.
Thirteen love.
Shocked everybody.
13-15.
Cedirc Pioline's almost wife, as he says, in a very French fashion. She nearly died from blood poisoning while at the birth of their baby 6 months ago. And Pioline says after that, you don't worry about things like tennis matches nearly as much. They're both fine now.
Sampras doesn't get his shots deep. Pioline is able to take advantage of them.
A very uncomfortable looking point for Sampras.
He looked almost tentative on that one.
That was not tentative. 3-all. Second. 3-all second set. Sampras won the first.
15-all.
That's the kind of serving you thought you'd have seen yesterday with a gusty wind, the miss hits, and that he must have just taken his eyes off the ball.
That is 4 double faults for Pioline. Steffi Graf won the women's championship yesterday. Didn't stay around to see this. Took off for Europe.
Yeah, she's got some commercial shoot in Italy starting tomorrow.
All.
Well, the Sampras serve is much more heralded than that of Pioline, but he's doing very well here. Sampras has only been able to break him twice, and Pioline has broken Pete's serve once.
Go!
They both get themselves in an awful lot of trouble by not keeping their first percentages up, though, Tony. The great Jack Kramer speaks of Pete Sampras' serve and loves the form of it, but feels that he doesn't get enough first serves in.
Yeah, he takes a little speed off.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't, especially if you're a serve and volleyer like Sampras, A second serve means your opponent gets to step in another foot or two, and that makes your first volley much tougher.
Big chance here, break point in a second serve for Sampras.
We'll be back at the U.S. Open after this word from your local station.
UC ball, Mr. Pioline.
A lot of crowd participation from Pioline today.
From the umpire. That's ace number 10 for Sampras. And if he does any other violation, he loses a point. If he does a third violation, the match is over. He's out of here. So you got to be careful. And it was just frustration on Pioline's part. He'd served 2 double faults that game to lose his serve.
And he'd served 2 double faults
Second
in the first game of the second set. So he's twice broken himself. Pete Sampras hasn't even had to do it.
Well, he had to win a couple of them.
Well, yeah.
He got some help for sure.
That's why he's so frustrated. This is a point where I think that Sampras should be serving and volleying. Boy, he hit that second serve up high on the Pioline backhand. He got a high response, but once you stay back, your serve is negated, and you just get in a ground stroke rally.
Just really start the point over again.
Exactly. This way you serve and come in. He has to direct it away from you, get it low, etc.
Pete thought that was a good serve.
Second serve.
Sampras always looking for the ball that's wound the tightest, so it'll go faster.
Ouch. 30-15.
There's a future champion. Enjoying a lolly more than a tennis, probably.
Yeah. 14-15. Sampras.
Game to Sampras. He leads 5-3, second set. Next Sunday here on CBS, Washington
Sampras leads 5-3
against Philadelphia. The Eagles now unbeaten. The Rams, Giants, Detroit, New Orleans. Some of you will see Atlanta against San Francisco at 4 o'clock. Of course, it all begins next Sunday with that twosome. All you need to know from them.
Break of serve is so much more of a big deal in men's tennis than women's tennis. And it usually determines sets if you break serve. In women's tennis, Gabriela Sabatini got broken 7 times a couple of days ago and still won the match. Because she had broken her opponent 9 times.
Went out, hits the top of the net and flew wide.
I think the reason there's so much more depth of field in men's tennis and women's is because there are dozens and dozens of guys who can hold serve. And even the top seeds can be challenged.
Here's another look at that last point. And this Sampras forehand going to go in the court until it hits the net. And then ricochets wide. Sampras, number 6 for Pioline. I think that's a good point, Mario.
13-15.
A big server can upset somebody, can be ranked 50th.
Exactly.
Just because of a big serve.
You have 20 aces in a match. You can beat just about anybody.
And 30 or 40 balls that you can't return with it.
And a high pressure guy, you know, if he's a little nervous, if he's not, you know, he's gone.
Sampras just sort of strolling through this game.
Well, that's the beauty of this game as well. You know, you can lose a game at love or at 15. You know, Pete Sampras, he had a love game before he held for the first set. He lost a love game, but then he gets a serve.
That was pretty unexpected, though, to see a guy go down the line of backhand that hard in that position and pull it off.
Sampras up 5-4 in the second set.
Sampras lead.
Piloting the Fujifilm blimp, obviously all set to enjoy today's finals. Captain's John McGurk. Hails from Sydney, Australia. Bart Van Beest, who is a native of the Netherlands, enjoying the U.S. Open.
15 all.
From perhaps one of the better seats in the house.
Solid return that time by Pioline, gets him to 15 all. Back is somewhat against the wall here. See, those are the things that stats don't show very much. That serve's not an ace, but it's so hard and so difficult you just can't get it back in play.
You really do well to touch it.
And as a result, Sampras saves some energy. He doesn't have to work as hard on his serve. Well, lucky Sampras that time.
Had to work a little harder than he thought.
He played the high ball first poorly. This one here. And now Pioline has another chance and almost gets it by him. Ticks the top of the net. And Sampras, again, another look. He almost stumbles off balance stretch and gets him to 2 set points.
Almost hit the net. Set point. Second set. 6-4. Let's go down to Pat O'Brien.
The story was that he left before Cedirc played Courier and left the country, came back this morning. We have to do this in French, so our producer David Banks, who speaks fluent French, will interview him for us. Ask him why he left in the first place, David.
Pourquoi est-ce que vous êtes rentré en France pendant le tournoi?
Parce que je travaille comme consultant en ressources humaines en même temps que j'entraîne Cédric. Et des clients avaient besoin de me voir.
He says he works as a consultant for a human resources company, and as well as training Cedirc, and his clients needed to see him as well.
And he's looking at Cedirc now. David, ask him what he thinks. I mean, is he nervous? Is he getting over his jitters?
Qu'est-ce que vous voyez dans le jeu de Cedirc? Est-ce qu'il commence à se déconcentrer un peu?
Cédric est tendu depuis le début du match. Et je crois que c'est plus son adversaire que la finale qui le tend. Je crois qu'il est nerveux de jouer contre la qualité du jeu de Sampras. Il lui donne quelques points. Et ensuite, il est malheureusement impossible de revenir face à un joueur tel que Sampras.
He says he's been tight since the beginning of the match, and it's been hard for him to play in the final against a player of Sampras's quality. He's given him a few points, but it's hard to come back against somebody like this.
David, thank you. Merci.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Patrick?
Wonderful job by Pat O'Brien.
I don't have much French, but I would be saying to Cedirc, s'il vous plaît, Cedirc, premier service. He's got to get more first serves in.
Tony, you speak French also, right? I guess not.
Broken string from Sampras, but he didn't need to hit the ball anyway.
15-30.
Another look at that last one. Sampras backhand when the string broke, but he got it down, hit it so hard that Pioline couldn't handle the volley. Here's where he breaks it right here. Fortunately for Sampras, he did not have to hit another shot because the tension goes so quickly when the string breaks, you can't control it. Yes, I do speak some French, not as fluently as you heard there.
Another broken string.
30-all.
That's why they carry those big bags out there with all those rackets.
I can't believe back when you played, Tony, you just had a couple of rackets under your arm and a little towel.
Yeah.
Now these guys, it looks like they're packing for a honeymoon.
6 months, right.
Yeah.
If we went overseas, we'd take maybe 6 rackets with us. And we took a racket cover, had some sweatlets, a little powdered rosin.
He's going to have them restrung as quickly as possible. Jim Courier's like this, too. They have their favorite frames, and they want them back.
And, of course, they have a stringer on site and can string a racket in about 20 minutes or so. They know exactly the tension they want. Wooden rackets, the gut, as it makes the turn through those holes, sort of digs into the wood a little bit, so it's a little more forgiving. These graphite rackets, you've hit off center, it can pinch that string against the grommet against the ball and snap it. I also used a little heavier gauge gut, so I didn't have to worry too much about that. Of course, I never mishit it anyway, right, Pat?
I never saw you.
I'm sticking to that story.
There.
Missed it.
And that's wide.
What a point. Here's another look. This is partway through. Pioline barely gets to that one. Here's where Sampras didn't put him away. Short forehand.
Deuce.
And then this one goes wide. And the people love that they're on their feet for that one.
That's like being invited to a jam session. That had everything.
Ball.
Double faults are killing him. They keep coming at
bad times.
Really
6 of them
times.
now.
Well, there is no good time.
Well, if you're
Yeah,
up
but his
40 love, it could be a little different.
Exactly, and his come in clusters. Actually, Pete Sampras has a tendency to double fault in a row as well. He did that against Michael Chang. He started off with 2 double faults at the beginning of one of his sets. Of course, he can serve his way out of trouble, and so can Pioline. But he's in trouble now.
Break point. Tough second serve coming.
Yeah, having just served a double, you've got to be aware of that.
54% first serves. And another double. He did it again.
First game.
And Sampras breaks first game, third set.
Serve the first game of each set. And what a nice advantage that is to be serving up 1 love.
Love 15.
San Francisco and Atlanta. These are baseball scores, of course. San Francisco and Atlanta both losing at the moment.
Braves have done some job. They coming from 10 back and now up a game over the Giants.
In the East, Kansas City overwhelmed the Yankees. And Toronto beat California. They'll pick up a game. Toronto will. Detroit won. They're not out of it yet. Chicago. Texas.
Sampras has got to be careful here. Excuse me, Pat. Down love third. He's got his break. You don't want to give it back right away. Second double, and he's down 3 break points.
It's amazing how these double faults can kill you. 7 double faults from Cedirc Pioline, and they all occurred in the 4 games where he lost serve. So it does make a difference where and when you double fault.
First serve.
And this is a big deal for Sampras. Because this could have a hold here, and you got to figure Sampras has taken this match in 3 straight. One shot Pioline has had to break, Pete. He's done it.
Remember that, well, here's a replay.
The angle volley by Sampras pays off. If he goes deeper, he's going to get past, but because the angle stays short, too low for Pioline to get to it.
Remember that Sampras broke a string in 2 rackets. Now this is his 3rd racket. That's called a fault.
Peter Savage in the chair,
saying, I can't change it.
Oh, it's too close.
This, yeah, a 99-mile-an-hour spitball.
That's definitely good there.
He wants to get his way out of this. Oh, boy, and a double. 2 in that game.
Getting back to the racket, this obviously is not his favorite racket. He started with the one he favors most.
Right. What you do is most players number them on the butt of the rackets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when you break one, you know which one you want to come to next. And you have most of them strung the same tension. You might have one a little tighter than the other one in case things aren't going well. You want to switch. But in general, the weight, the balance, the shape of the grip, and everything is pretty much the same.
Love 15.
Games in progress. The Cowboys have scored. Field goal in the 3rd quarter. 10-3. Buffalo still leads. The Rams beating Pittsburgh 17-0. Jets have tied Miami.
Neither player playing as well as they were earlier. They're making a lot more mistakes. Some past champions here enjoying the tennis. Pancho Segura, Pancho Gonzalez in the cap. Vic Seixas, lower right-hand part of your screen.
Think tank there.
13-15.
Starting to get rather dark down on the stadium court. So the lights should be on pretty soon, I think.
I think that might be part of it. The players are not seeing it quite as quickly, not picking it up as well, sort of like when you're driving at dusk.
Yikes. Look at Pete Sampras' first serve percentage in this set.
Well, he's only served 1 game. That's a little deceptive.
Pioline had a really rough second set at 42.
30-all. 3rd set.
a long rally full of topspin. Pioline really took a bite out of the winning backhand. And if you can cut into the ball as well as this man did, it'll stay low. Drew the error from Sampras. When Pioline gets tight, he tends to hit with much more topspin than normal. His game is essentially an awful lot flatter, but he's getting tight, as you can see. He's trying to put a lot of work on the ball, and he framed this one, trying to hit too much topspin.
And I don't get the feeling Pete's loose as a goose either. He's got a little tentative. And
yes. The quality of this tennis is not particularly good right now. This is where Sampras' experience should kick in. That's what I really like about Cedirc Pioline. He's a planner. He's much more a thinker. You think of Gallic tennis as being a lot more instinctive and bold and sometimes irrational. But this man, that was a very good point. He combined power with touch.
Smart there, too, because he didn't try to drop it too close to the net. He had Sampras way out of position. He hit it almost on the service line, but all he had to do was get it in play. Good anticipation by Sampras that time at the net. He had to guess on the Pioline form. Right here, watch him. He goes for the forehand side. He fakes to the left and then drew it cross court, and he was there. So you could say Pioline fell for the fake. Whatever, Sampras was there at the right time.
Deuce.
Great point. Again, an effective return. Lands short in the court with underspin, so it stays very low. Pioline was angry with himself for not going cross court over a lower part of the net. Let's see if Sampras can convert here.
Missed it. He didn't think so. Game to Sampras.
Sure.
Here's another look.
What's happening here? Very close, but you don't know. Yeah. Take a decision.
See, Pioline is saying make a decision. It appeared out on the replay, but again, it's that close. The umpire, Peter Savage, isn't going to call it.
The U.S. Open of 1993, Pete Sampras serving.
15, love.
Leading 2 sets to love and up 2-1 in the third set over Cedirc Pioline. A surprising Frenchman. Surprising in that he is in the finals. Maybe it didn't surprise him.
I think it did.
30 love.
30 love.
Has to be frustrating after a while. Just struggle like crazy to ever break the Sampras serve. Pioline's done it twice, but he's been broken 5 times.
The thing is, everyone expected that this man Pioline would lose to Sampras. But everyone expected, you know, that's a lot of pressure on Pete, and he handled it pretty well at Wimbledon when everyone expected that he'd beat Courier.
Yeah, it's hard to play when particularly if you're playing against a Pioline who has everything to gain, nothing to lose. Couple of well-struck ground strokes on that point.
4-15.
Watch this one. It was hit with tremendous pace, obvious accuracy.
It's 40-15. Game to Sampras. He won the first 2 sets. He leads 3-1 in the third.
Sampras leads 3-1.
Another first serve missed. Perils of Pioline.
But that's not Pauline he's playing.
15 love.
That was not a good stroke at all. That surprises me because Pioline is pretty precise on most of his ground strokes. Mechanically, that one wasn't too sound.
This is the USTA's National Tennis Center in Flushing Meadows, New York. They're playing the men's championship. Steffi Graf won the women's championship yesterday. Pioline, Cedirc Pioline of France against Pete Sampras. Sampras was seeded number 2, Pioline number 15.
4-15.
Sampras won the first 2 sets. 4-4. He was up 3-1.
After Sampras missed that 4 in the net, he walked up and picked the ball up and squeezed it to make sure it was still okay, not broken.
Game to Pioline. It's 3-2 Sampras, third set.
This player, Pete, grabbed it, flipped it in his hand, felt the grip, and then checked the tension on it, set it down. He's using the one he has been playing with.
15 love.
Spinning second serve.
Keeps going away. That thing really had some spin on it. Jumped, didn't it?
30 love.
Tournament ace leaders, no surprise that Pete Sampras is number 1. Larson with 78, Volkov 74. Pioline with 67.
You're wondering where some of the real big servers are. They lost too early in
That's
the tournament.
right. They get to play as many matches.
123 mile an hour.
12th base.
40 love.
It had a tail on it.
Lights have been turned on. Game to Sampras. He leads 4-2. Third set. Up 2 sets to love. These are games still in progress. 4th quarter now. The Bills lead the Cowboys. The Jets have taken the lead over Miami. The Rams still shutting out the Steelers. Denver by 3 over San Diego.
Lights are now on in the stadium.
12:15.
Piolines are about out.
A lot of crowd participation created by Cedirc Pioline today. He picked off a guy and then he knocked the ball into the crowd, and that one got shanked off into the stands as well.
Sampras's task is quite simple. He just has to hold 2 more serves, and he is the 1993 champion. He would love to get another break, but he's going to concentrate hard on his own serves. What firepower.
15.
Again, that running forehand that Mary Carrillo was talking about earlier. Look at this. Looking for number 1 ranked men since August of 1990.
He had lost it a couple of weeks ago, Pete, the number 1 ranking, when he lost to another very big serving Australian, a young Australian, Patrick Rafter, Edbert Courier. Nobody has ever dominated the ranks for as long as Ivan Lendl did in the mid-'80s, but that's just not true anymore in men's tennis. Courier and Sampras will be ping-ponging it back and forth for a while now.
Good heavy stuff there by Pioline.
$30
3 times this summer, Pete Sampras, who had the hottest summer of last year, lost 7-6 in the 3rd. To Krajicek, Rafter.
4-30.
So he came in to this Open and people thought, well, maybe he's not ready to win this title again. But he peaks for the slams, this guy. That's what he wants.
And Pioline. Sampras still leads 4-3 in the 3rd. Empire State Building. Pete Sampras serving at 4-3 in the 3rd set. Those sights of Manhattan, of course, furnished to us by the Fujifilm blimp hovering overhead today. Great vantage point they have. Not much better than ours. Plus, we've got a scoreboard.
Stefan Edberg, the third man this summer who beat Sampras 7-6 in the third. He was a two-time defending champion here at the U.S. Open. Of course, he went out early to Karl Novacek, and he said afterwards that he thought he only had maybe 2 or 3 more years left to try to win this title. We talk about this being the toughest tournament in tennis to win. Ivan Lendl will tell you it's Wimbledon, something he never won.
Yeah, McEnroe and Becker will tell you it's the French.
That's right. But I fully believe that this man Sampras can win the French as well. Surely he could win the Australian Open, played on rebound ace, a hard court, not terribly unlike this one, a little higher bounce, which he should like.
Sampras can't afford to get careless.
No, I just think he ought to be going in more behind his serve and keep putting more pressure on Pioline. When you can serve like that and you come forward, the guy has to be very precise with what he does with the return. If you stay back, he can miss-hit it, he can float it or anything else and start the point.
(40-15). That's going way out. But it was a gallant effort.
I'm surprised Pete didn't let that one bounce, that high defensive lob. This is really high. And before Sampras could ever hit it, Pioline was where he wanted to be. And it's just difficult to time that high one, but he got away with it. Good hustle by Pioline.
Thank you. Thank you.
And he guesses, gets one more pop at it, but hits it long.
That's the situation. Pioline serving in the third set at 3-5.
Pete Sampras spoke so much, so often, about how devastating was the loss he suffered last year in the final to Stefan Edberg. He'd beaten Jim Courier in the semis, fell ill, and wasn't 100%. Still thought he had a chance to beat Edberg. He said the chances you get to win a title, to get to that final day of a Grand Slam event, you have to take full advantage of them. And he said it took him weeks and weeks to get over that loss last year on this court. He's only 3 points away from getting rid of some nightmares from a year ago.
13-15.
They've been out there 2 hours now, and our colleague Tony Trabert is headed down to courtside. This could happen.
Rod Laver, of course, the last man to win a Grand Slam. He won 2 of them in 62 and 69. It's very difficult to win both Wimbledon and the Open in the same year. Pete Sampras is trying very hard to do just that. So it's game point for Pioline. Jimmy Connors has done it. John McEnroe has done it. This American is trying to do it too.
He's won the first 2 sets. And he pulls even in this game.
Delana Mulcahy, Pete Sampras' girlfriend, and Tim Gullickson, his coach. Like the looks of this forehand. Maybe he won't have to serve it out.
That's out. Championship point for Pete Sampras. Second serve coming. Championship point.
Terrific way to defend yourself against match point. Pioline taking the net after a long involved rally and finishing things with a dive volley winner. Pretty desperate shot, but he undercut it enough so that the ball went over the net and spat backwards. He's still alive.
Deuce.
We've seen Pioline frame them before. Sampras taking it to him off his forehand. He wants to go out swinging.
Championship point again. Double fault, hit the net, went out. Sampras, the champion.
And for the presentation of the men's championship trophy, let's go down to Tony Trabert at courtside.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about another great hand for two wonderful players, two champions. It is now my pleasure to introduce the President of the United States Tennis Association, the Chairman of the United States Open, Mr. Bumpy Fraser. Bumpy.
Thank you, Tony. First, I would like to introduce the chair umpire for today's championship match, Mr. Peter Kasavage of San Ramon, California. Peter. And now, ladies and gentlemen, with a special word of thanks for the great job he has done this 2 weeks, the referee of the U.S. Open, Mr. Brian Early of Charlotte, North Carolina. It's been a great U.S. Open. We thank all of you, our fans who have come out. We thank our sponsors. We thank CBS for the great job they do telecasting our event. And most important of all, we thank the players, former players such as national champion Tony Trabert, and today's great players, the wonderful American star, who is also a very nice guy, ladies and gentlemen, Pete Sampras. And the wonderful new star from France, Cedirc Pioline. Cedirc, mes félicitations. Votre performance d'aujourd'hui et de ces 2 dernières semaines a été magnifique.
Go Bumpy.
Now at this time, it's my great pleasure to present the representative, Mr. Bill Bruce, Vice President and General Manager of Infinity, who will first present the check to this year's runner-up, Mr. Bill Bruce.
Thanks, Bumpy. Cedirc, you've had a great 2 weeks of tennis. We enjoyed watching you, so it's my pleasure to present you the runner-up check on behalf of Infinity Luxury Automobiles, and that check is for $267,500.
Cedirc, you've made a lot of great fans here. First of all, congratulations on a wonderful tournament.
Thank you.
You played a champion that served awfully well. How do you feel about the way you played?
I didn't play so good, but I think Pete played too good for me.
Well, you certainly made a lot of fans here the last 2 weeks. Congratulations on a wonderful performance.
Bill Bruce of Infinity will present the winner's check.
Pete, Infinity Automobiles has sponsored the men's singles for 5 years. This is the second time in 5 years that it's my pleasure on behalf of Infinity to present you with a championship check in the amount of $535,000. Congratulations.
Well, Pete, you're the 1993 Wimbledon champion. I remember in 1990 you said no matter what else happens, they can always say I'm the 1990 Open champion. We can add 1993 to that. Congratulations.
Thanks, Tony.
You served awfully well.
Yeah, I served very well today, and today was a great day for me. You know, I worked a lot of years for this moment, and you know, earlier this year, 2 months ago, winning Wimbledon was a big step for me, and I'd like to thank my coach Tim Gullickson, my girlfriend Delana for all her support the last couple of years. And I'd like to thank my parents who are probably not watching this live, but I'd like to tell them I love them.
Pete, I'll tell you, I talked to your dad this morning. He said he was going to watch you, but unfortunately your mother and your sister aren't watching. They're on a cruise over in Greece.
Life's tough, huh? Here I am in New York trying my ass off, and they're in Greece.
Anyway, congratulations on a fabulous tournament. Good luck the rest of the year. Cedirc, again, congratulations to you. Bumpy? You have a very attractive trophy to present to our champion.
This is really the happiest moment of my presidency of the USTA. I'm thrilled to present the U.S. Open Men's Singles Championship Trophy to the #1 player in the world, the U.S. Open champion, Pete Sampras.
The 1993 U.S. Open Men's Singles champion, Pete Sampras.